Hello, I'm John Udicek, president of Luzerne County Community College, title sponsor of the Friday Night Rivals football program. Fall Friday nights in northeastern Pennsylvania are about school pride, high school football, and celebrating our student scholar athletes. So sit back and enjoy the excitement. It's time for Luzerne County Community College's Friday Night Rivals.
This is Luzerne County Community College Friday Night Rivals, sponsored by Batfitter on MyTV WQMY.
Welcome inside legendary Crispin Field. We're in Columbia County. Tonight, it's the District 2 AAA Championship. Four-time defending champ Scranton Prep takes on Friday Night Rivals team number 4 and undefeated Berwick. Good evening, everyone. I'm Bob Ide, and welcome to week number 12 of high school football here on MyTV WQMY, our last telecast of the season, and we should have a great one here for you tonight. Vincent Goldschmidt on the sidelines. Former Tunkhannock area coach John Seachak with me in a very dry booth, and we'll get to that in a minute. Let's talk about Scranton Prep and the Cavaliers. They started 0-3, but since then, they've been putting up some complimentary football. They can run the ball, they can pass the ball, and it really revolves around our figure law spotlight player, Will McPartland.
Will McPartland, senior quarterback, free safety, 6 foot, 190 pounds. Since his return, he's 6-2. He's thrown for over 1,251 yards. He's got 9 touchdowns in the air. Now, on the ground, 711 yards, 20 touchdowns. And he has really done a tremendous job defensively for the Cavaliers defense also. He's got 20 solo tackles, and he's got 1 interception to help them shut out a lot of teams.
The Dogs undefeated for the first time coming into this game since 2013. They can put up numbers, especially on the scoreboard, over 45 points with a powerful running game, 345 yards per game. And the main reason why is the single-season rushing record holder and the single-season touchdown holder, our figure law spotlight player, Tymere Wilkerson.
Ty Wilkerson, incredible, 6'2", 205. He's rushed for over 2,700 yards this season. He's got 39 touchdowns in his career, 4,144 yards and 55 touchdowns. But he also contributes on the defensive side for the Dogs. He's got 16 solos, 3 tackle for losses, and 2 pass breakups.
And he's going to New Hampshire.
Yes, he is.
Next year. So let's get to our Luzerne County Community College keys to the game. First for the Cavaliers.
The Cavaliers obviously wanted to try to stop that run game. And then Coach also wants to really concentrate on not giving them a short field. He really thinks that that'll be detrimental for his defense. Now, for Coach Curry, battle of the trenches on both sides of the ball, and he really, really wants to make sure his defense plays disciplined and communicates.
Okay, weather, it's raining, folks. It's going to be raining throughout the game, and let's see what the temperature is. Not bad now. We'll go to Brian Schrader now from the Fox 56 News, first at 10.
Hey everybody, we've had a pretty good thing going with our weather for Friday Night Rivals, and the last game of the season, well, the weather could be better. We have a cold front approaching. Temperatures are going to hold pretty steady, near 50 degrees. However, you can see we do have that chance of showers in the forecast. We're also going to have a southerly wind at 15 miles per hour, gusting up to 30 miles per hour. So cool, windy with the light rain and showers. We're still talking about the chance for some snowfall in your Fox 56 forecast. I'll have that for you coming up tonight after the game.
Well, it's an historical matchup at Crispin Field. Defending champ Scranton Prep and undefeated the Berwick Bulldogs. Well, the kickoff on the other side next. Here come the defending champion Cavaliers, 6-5 on the year. An historic season for the Berwick Bulldogs. They want to go to 12-0 and get their first district title in over a decade. Back at a rainy Crispin Field, the third member of our crew tonight, done a great job all season long, is Vincent Goldschmidt. And Vince, these two teams actually have a history.
Yeah, Bob, talk about history. The last time these two teams faced was a decade ago in the same scenario, District 2 3A championship. Now, the Cavaliers would win that game 37-7 and would send the two programs on two different trajectories. Starting with the Cavaliers, current head coach Terry Gallagher would come in 2016 and they'd win 7 of the next 9 District 2 titles, including the last 4. As for Berwick, that would mark the end of his time at Berwick with the Bulldogs, the legendary George Curry. After that, they would make 2 more district championship games, but wouldn't win any. Enter his grandson, CJ Curry, who has this Bulldogs team 11-0 and looking for retribution after that 2015 loss.
Yeah, what an historic night that was. As you mentioned, George Curry's last game. We televised that. You weren't part of that crew then, but Nick Donato, who's on the ESPN radio a couple doors down from us, he was the head coach. That's their first title. They've dominated since in this classification. You can't go by the record for Scranton Prep because to be the best, you got to beat the best, and Berwick has to beat them tonight.
And they absolutely do. And the Cavaliers start out by playing their season by playing 3 of the best teams that they can find, going out of state, getting great competition. They faced the #1 running back in high school, and it was a relatively close game, and they didn't have their starting quarterback, Will McPartland, at that game. So here we go, folks. Kickoff's ready to roll.
Berwick won the toss. They deferred. Prep will get the ball. The District 2 AAA Championship is underway at Crispin Field. Taken by Tallarico for the Cavaliers, and Scranton Prep has the ball around their own 30-yard line. So we talked about Will McPartland in pregame, mostly about other stuff, how the team goes around him. But here's his number. He's already thrown for over 1,200 yards, 4 interceptions. He can have a 1,000-yard season.
Very easily. And what he's become this year as a senior quarterback, if you look at the stats, he's got 1,251 this year in 8 games. His career, he's got 1,645, 13 touchdowns. Rushing-wise, he's at career 1973 with 42 touchdowns. So he's really become a great quarterback to make a well-balanced Cavalier team.
So this is Noah Criswick, the junior, on the end around. He goes up, and they are close to the line to gain, and it will be a Keystone container, first down for Prep.
Boy, you see a nice job. They go with the motion with that end around. He's just coming just like a jet sweep, and he tucks it up inside of those big offensive linemen. Nice job. Talking to Coach Pasqualiccio before the game, he said he wants to try to keep the defense on their heels.
This Prep team coming off a 42-0 win over Wyoming area. Berwick beat Wyoming area in the regular season 35-13. This is Braden McPartland up for 7 yards. But this will be here now the defense. The offense. Prince and McPartland in the backfield along with the other McPartland. Kroom, Criswick, and McCormick are your receivers. And up front, this will be won and lost tonight. De Los Santos, Dempsey, Dudurka, Pagnotti, and Myers.
Well, they're going to be leaning on that senior leadership. They got 80% seniors up there, 1 sophomore playing right tackle, and that's Elijah Myers.
So this will be the best offense Berwick has seen all season. This is Braden McPartland out of the open, and he's into Bulldog territory down to the 25-yard line. So a gain of 28 for the junior fullback, and the Cavaliers already knocking on the door.
They just do a nice job in there. They're just moving people. Again, Coach Curry said he wanted to try to dominate the trenches, and right now the Cavaliers' offensive line is getting great pad level, getting leverage, and moving them out of the way.
In the Santarelli and Sons red zone are the Cavaliers after that Keystone container first down. This will be the best team Berwick has faced all season long. We talked about how complementary they are, and they do it with run and passing. This is McPartland cutting in, and McPartland up for 8. Down at the 7.
Quarterback keeper, Will McPartland.
They just quarterback keep at number 55 there. Elijah Myers, the sophomore, leading the way. They just did a fold block in there. The right guard kicked out, and Elijah Myers went right behind him to lead up inside for big Will McPartland.
The Bulldogs defense, the best in the Wyoming Valley Conference this year. They give up just 9 points per game. They really have not been tested in the last, 5-6 weeks.
Yes, sir.
They're tested on the opening drive for this Cavaliers team. McPartland keeps it. One move, has an opening, good blocking, and it is a touchdown Scranton Prep opening drive, and that, my folks, was too easy.
Scranton Prep Cavaliers.
Will McPartland just goes with the RPO. He did a great job with the read, tucked the ball up. You saw Berwick had pressure right there. They just didn't fire the gun. One of the things you would tell your defensive lineman to do is hit the quarterback. They didn't do that time.
So the Cavaliers, 70 yards in just 5 plays, all on the ground, and Bianchi in for the PAT with 9:26 left in the first quarter.
Number 28, Tyler Meneke adds the extra point.
And now Scranton Prep leads here 7-0 over the Wyoming Valley Conference Division II champs. Coaches tonight. Well, you heard Vince talk about Terry Gallagher. He was on that staff with Nick Donato, of course. C.J. Curry, he was in college then. He had led Berwick to the 2013 championship. 2 young coaches going here tonight. But Coach Gallagher has 8 titles under his belt. C.J. Curry looking for his first.
Well, I'll tell you what, when you talk about you want to bring youth and enthusiasm back to your teams and bring it into your programs, Coach Gallagher has done a stout job with the Cavaliers. And Coach Curry in his first year, to sit here, Bob, in week 12 going, hey, I'm 11-0. But he doesn't say that. He's all about, we've just got to worry about the task at hand right now.
Yeah, the task at hand is a little bit harder right now. 2 minutes and 34 seconds into this game. And the Cavaliers made that one look easy. So there is C.J. Curry. Of course, went on to play at Kings. Went to ESU actually first. Then went to Kings. Not as a quarterback. He actually played linebacker at Kings. Was very good as well. So now he's got to get his troops ready to go as they'll touch the ball for the first time tonight. Bianchi on to do the kicking for the Cavaliers. Back to receive. Looks like Ashton Smith and Caleb May. So now the test for the Bulldogs is, can they move the ball against a very stout defense from Scranton Prep? So we have it teed up. High, short kick's going to take a bounce, and maybe it does go out of bounds. So this will bring on the freshman quarterback, Brady Cleaver, 5'10", 170, 6 touchdowns, coach. Only averages nearly 21 yards per game, but no interception. So he's a time management type quarterback.
He really is, and he's got a pretty nice running back there. I mean, set the Berwick record, in touchdowns and in rushes this year. So again, being able to manage that offense when he has to throw the ball, he's very effective. But they haven't done a lot of that because they didn't need to.
45 points per game does this team average. They beat Hanover last week 49-9. Tunkhannock 53-0. Of course, we were here when they beat Selinsgrove 56-0 in week number 8 of the regular season. So the first play, they go into the eye. They give it right to Wilkerson, who looks through, puts his head down. Will McPartland makes the tackle. A gain of about 6 for number 5.
Well, the Cavaliers have 11 guys within 5 yards of their line of scrimmage. They were trying to go with the G power. That means they were pulling the guard. That's number 62, Matt Gordner, trying to pull on that. A kick out the end, and then the fullback leads up through. But that's what he does. He'll just hit you so hard. 205 pounds, 215, excuse me. He's just going to get you tired because it's a lot of. He's a strong kid.
In his last 4 games, he has over 1,200 yards rushing.
Incredible.
So they put another extra lineman in for the blocking. Wilkerson did see some power. It is a Keystone container, first down up to the 46-yard line. So let's take a look at the offense from the Berwick Bulldogs. Cleaver, Wilkerson, and Schneider will be the blocking fullback. Estrella, May, and Decker. May, a very good receiver.
Yes.
We saw him have a touchdown as well. Won and loss coach up front tonight. Leonard, Geiger, Lachinsky, Gordner, and Perry. How do they match up?
Well, they match up. The check box, if you're going down, you're going to give the advantage to Berwick. They average 264 pounds across the board. With Cavaliers, it's 238 pounds. So this is going to be won and lost in these trenches. As Coach Curry said, that's his key.
Wilkerson, hesitation, and the defense comes in. Just about a 3-yard gain. So how much passing do you think we'll see tonight? Not only because of what Prep may do against Berwick, but also the weather. It's raining.
It's this slow mist right now. So if you were going to try to establish your passing game, this is the time to do it. Not during a driving rainstorm. But when you have Ty Wilkerson running the ball and he's getting 6-7 yards a clip, why, you don't have to change.
Yep. Wilkerson against Williamsport, 390 yards was his high this year and 5 touchdowns. Back to Wilkerson, has a lead blocker, Geiger, but the Cavaliers right there push him back, so it'll be 3rd and about 4 now.
Well, that was Will McPartland and Braden McPartland, the brothers coming in there and stuffing that. You see that they're trying to run that buck sweep kind of motion there with the 2 guards pulling, get a student body right. But, boy, nice job in there. Number 50, Caleb Pagnotti, getting his nose mixed up in there.
So the first district championship appearance for Berwick since 2017. So they're going to put May and Wilkerson next to Cleaver in the shotgun. So trying to mix things up a little bit. Wilkerson, nowhere to go. A big hit up front. Andrew Dempsey coming from his linebacker spot. Read that. No gain on the play. 4th down for Berwick.
Well, they're coming out with their punt formation, but watch this. You saw the tackle, and he takes on number 14, McPartland, drives him out, but 51 pulled the trigger and stuffed that gap.
Dempsey, 72 total tackles coming in, 7 for a loss, 3.5 sacks for the senior linebacker. So something we don't see a whole lot for Berwick this year is the punter, and it's Caleb Yost, number 19. Back to receive A.J. Kroom, the senior. High hanging kick in this light rain. It's off to the left of Kroom. And so far, so good. If you're a Cavaliers fan, that defense holds the single season rushing holder to just under 15 yards. So we'll take a look at the defense now for the Berwick Bulldogs. As I said, the tops in the Wyoming Valley Conference, they run a 5-2. Decker, Leonard, Schneider, Gordner, and Neville. Then the linebackers are going to have to be very active tonight. Sims and Ashton Smith. The secondary may be tested tonight because Prep can throw the ball. It's Cleaver, Wilkerson, Estrella, and Caleb May.
On their 17.
So already Prep drove the field 70 yards. They lead 7-0. They have the ball back now. Inside the 20. This is Anthony Prince. Prince powering forward up to the 20-yard line, gain of 3.
Nice play. They went with a little misdirection on this to try to get those linebackers to flow in there, and they just did a nice job cutting that ball back inside.
This Prep offense, 31 points per game. They had 6 starters back. And remember, in the beginning of the year, they started 0-3. They lost to 2 teams from out of state, Canisius and Loyola of Maryland. Braden McPartland with a big hole. He's got a Keystone container. First down. Smith drags him down over the 30.
Wow, that opened up like the Red Sea in there. Watch that big gap right there, folks. Look at that. There was no one. The linebackers, they committed, they stepped up, and they got caught. And McPartland gets a key first down for the Cavaliers.
1st and 10.
So Berwick getting adjusted, I think, to the size and speed, which they haven't seen probably since Wyoming area. And how difficult is that for a defense or a team that hasn't seen it all most of the season?
Well, you take it for granted, like, oh, wow, we can do,
Flea flicker, McPartland on a screen.
Look at how they have that.
Open is Criswick. Criswick down the sideline with speed and a blocker. Criswick knocked out of bounds at the 3-yard line. So the trick play is successful. Keystone Container first down inside the Santarelli and Sons red zone.
Wow, did they have that set up beautifully? I mean, first you think it's a toss, or the reverse. Here we go. Now it's flea flicker. But if you get, and you'll get a great view. Look at all the white jerseys lined up, 5 yards apart, perfectly coached all week. Great play call by Coach Pasqualiccio.
78 yards on that. Cleaver finally knocks him out of bounds, but it's first and goal. Cavaliers already up 7-0. They may have to call a timeout because they didn't have a player in. They have set 10 on the play clock, plenty of time. We saw this when we saw him against North Pocono. Student body right. McPartland dives in, gets the ball over, and Prep scores another touchdown.
Will McPartland, Scranton Prep.
2 long drives, 2 touchdowns for the defending champs.
And you see it right there. Number 33 did a tremendous job with the blocking up there to move him out, gave McPartland a lane, and punched that ball in.
4 plays, coach, 82 yards.
Boy, but Criswick, give him the credit on that for that speed right down their sideline.
And this Berwick crowd, as expected, is stunned. Bianchi in, the lefty puts it up and through. 4:19 in the first. 2 touchdowns for the Cavaliers, and they lead the Bulldogs 14-0. $14-0. Scranton Prep over number 4 Berwick. 4:19 left in the first quarter. Several district championships going on in their area. From District 2, North Pocono in the 4A leading Dallas 7-0. Abington Heights and Delaware Valley in 5A scoreless. Lakeland 7-0 over Dunmore, and that's in the AA championship. And in the sub-regional, Lackawanna Trail is leading Tri-Valley 14-7. Down here in Columbia County, Bloomsburg and Southern Columbia, that's a District 4 2A semifinal, 14-0 Southern over Bloomsburg. 9-0. 0-0 is the score of Jersey Shore and Shamokin. So, little pooch kick for the Cavaliers. And it's taken by one of the upmen, Brock Sims, and Sims falls to the 25. Let's take a look at the starters for the Cavalier defense. And McCormick, Tedurka, De Los Santos, and Myers probably flip the offensive line, make them defensive linemen. McPartland, Dempsey, Pagnotti, and Lynett. And the secondary, we know McPartland in the middle, Liam Haggerty, and Jack Mendola. We'll see a couple other players in there. But now, how important is this drive for Berwick? You don't want, you're down 14-0 at home in your first district final in a long time, and all that aside, but how important is this drive?
This is huge for the Dogs right now to get something going on the ground. Oh, we got a little bit of a different. There you go. Wildcat.
Prep is ready for that. 3-yard gain for number 5.
Well, they've got to go into what they know. They're trying a different wrinkle. They saw a trick play by Scranton Prep, so they're going to try to counter with something in there. Get the dogs back in there. Get the fans back into it. Make it loud in here. Make it difficult for the Cavaliers. Right now, the Cavaliers' defense, they've got all 11 guys within 6 yards of the line of scrimmage, so there's really no room to run. So now they're forcing them to go into a passing game.
So do you say, is this the best back that Prep's seen all season? No, actually not. The Canisius running back, as Cleaver gets nailed behind the line of scrimmage by De Los Santos. Elijah Campbell is one of the top running backs in the country. So they've already seen the best running back. So this is why you play those tough games if you're Scranton Prep. For the Berwick Bulldogs, you got to get them out of this defense and spread them out a little bit.
Well, again, that's the game plan. I'm sure Coach Gallagher said, let's force them to throw the ball because they are efficient when they have to, but they're not known to throw the ball.
Yeah, that guy right there, number 10, Cleveland, they're going to make the freshmen beat them here tonight. 3rd and long now, facing the Bulldogs. Back into the I formation they go, just one wide out, 2 tight ends. They're going to go out into the flat, Estrella, and nowhere to go. Positive yardage, but 3 yards short of a first down.
Well,
to Alex Estrella, the senior.
Liam Haggerty playing that cornerback read that perfectly, and he had support then, and you'll see this on your screen right now. Right here, it comes up. Nice job by number 10, like I said, Liam, and then guest support by 50 and number 12, Will McPartland and Caleb Pegnotti. These guys are flowing really fast to the ball tonight, the Cavaliers are.
So Yost in to punt it away again. This time 2 back, Criswick and Groom. And the Cavaliers, high snap. Yost tracking it down. No one's there. And wow, bad. He's off the side of his foot. And it's going to be a negative punt. And Prep will be near the red zone to begin their 3rd drive, already up 2 touchdowns. So that was dangerous from the outset. A bad snap and downhill from there.
It really was. And again, I would say that as a center, and I used the long snap, when the ball gets wet like this, it does funky things, and that's what happened there. And when things go bad, they really do, and that's a shame for Berwick right now to give them a short field.
Right at the 20-yard line. So they're already in the Santarelli and Sons red zone, trying to add on to the 14-0 lead. Defense for Berwick, understatement. They have to stop Prep here and hold them to a field goal opportunity. Criswick end around. Gets out of a couple tackles. Wilkerson right there with the big tackle gain of 2.
Nice job by Berwick's defense right there to get things under control, get things rolling for themselves. Something's got to give them a spark, and if it's got to be the defense, so be it. But nice run by Criswick that it was blocked perfectly, except Berwick brought that outside pressure. He spun back inside not once but twice for 2 yards.
Remember, Criswick against Jersey Shore, 8 rushes, 104 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Kind of his breakout game for the junior. McParland back. Little screen pass to Braden McParland with blockers. McParland to McParland for the Prep touchdown. 18-yard strike. Prep pulling away already in an early first quarter.
Nice job. Look at this. They set that up perfectly. And you saw Will McParland see the pressure, and he drops back very smoothly, dishes the ball off to his brother, and he just went in with a vengeance for that 18-yard touchdown.
3 possessions, 3 scores for the Cavaliers.
Number 28, Bianchi added the extra point.
Bianchi's 3rd PAT is up and through. 1:01 left in the first. 21-0 Berwick. Prep plays a tough schedule, and here it is. I would think if they had McParland against Valley View, they win that game easily.
I would say
but they had injuries. That's new players and spots, so no, you don't want to give an excuse. Then they go out of state. But that second half of the Delaware Valley is really what started this little run of 6-2 towards the end of the year.
Well, you start out 0-3, and now you're going against a local team, Del Val, that is always big, bruising, plays physical. And if you look at that score, 49-44, they were down. And They came back, I think, by 18 points, and they end up surging to win. And that's what surged them, as I said, for the 6-2 record that they had. Again, Abington Heights, 17-15. Boy, that was a great game.
It's a rivalry game.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So, North Pocono, again, they're fighting for a district championship tonight. We know that they are a very good team.
And right now they are up 20-0 second quarter over Dallas.
The winner of tonight's game will head to play the District 4 champion, either Mifflinburg or Montoursville.
Mifflinburg's had a beautiful season this year.
Mifflinburg's already beaten the Warriors earlier this season. I think shut them out, but it's 7-6 in the first quarter. Scranton Prep lost last year in the state quarterfinals right here against Northwestern Lehigh. So they love to reverse that trend. High short kick from the 24. Sims again up over the 30, and the offense going to come back out for Berwick, down 3 touchdowns.
At Luzerne County Community College's Berwick Center, they're here to help you succeed. From scheduling classes for yourself to workforce training for your employees, our professional staff is ready to go to work for you. Visit LCCC's Berwick Center today.
That'll be first and 10, Berwick.
Well, this is what Coach Gallagher was hoping to do. Really put pressure on the Bulldogs, force them into a passing game, something they're not familiar, and then being down 21-0 with less than a minute to go in the first quarter is unheard of.
Wilkerson, left side, hardly not much room there, 3 yards. These are the holes he's seen all year, but they're closing quicker than normal.
They really are, and Anthony Del Los Santos does a nice job taking on the tackle, sheds it, and hits them right there. Nice job. Again, if you notice this, everybody, you're seeing a lot of white jerseys flying to the ball. That's going to be key to stopping Wilkerson tonight.
In the District 2 5A championship, Abington Heights leads Delaware Valley 10-0. That's in the first quarter as well. So confusion now from the Bulldogs. 5 on the play clock. Everyone gets set. Quarterback Cleaver can't get out of the grass. Pagnotti, oh, he does. McPartland on the chase. Flag comes in late, and the Cavaliers swarm the freshman quarterback.
Flag on the play.
Wow, I'm seeing such an urgency from the Cavaliers defense right now. They are just flying around, swarming and hitting.
Several flags, 3 down. So this may be multiple fouls. John Basic, our referee tonight, a mixed crew between the Wyoming Valley Conference and Lackawanna Football Conference. So we'll hear from him for the first time.
Holding, 56.
There's our referee crew. J.J. Leonard, the senior left tackle, caught on the hold. And you would think because he reversed his field, Leonard probably held.
He did. And you'll see it right here, 56 in your screen. Right there, folks, to the left. When he comes back, that's when the flags were coming out.
Right there. Yeah, you saw it. Yep. Held number 19. So, the District 2 championship is being led by the 4-time defending champs. They lead Berwick 21-0. Quarter number 2 on the other side.
You're watching the Luzerne County Community College Friday Night Rivals, sponsored by Batfitter on MyTV WQMY.
We're back 21-0 the score. Berwick has the ball. Second down. Wilkerson, biggest hole of the night. Line it, comes back to make the tackle at the 30, close back to the original line of scrimmage, but third and long now facing Berwick.
They went with an orbit motion, and then that was neat. I like the misdirection, and it kind of caught the Cavaliers a little bit confused, hence the reason why that's probably the best rush that he's had all evening.
Eight carries, 30 yards for Wilkerson so far. Cleaver back, has time, going to go long. High pass, no one down there except a Cavalier. It's A.J. Kroom with the interception from the 27. Kroom with a couple tackles inside Bulldog territory. Down to the 33-yard line. First turnover of the game goes to Scranton Prep. An ill-advised pass from the freshman. No one down there in a blue jersey, Coach.
No, there wasn't. And again, this is what happens when you're a freshman quarterback trying to make something happen. Way overthrew. There was triple coverage on number 12 right there. You see that? So I don't know, he's just trying to make something happen. And as I said earlier, when things go wrong, they're going wrong really fast for Berwick. They've got to rebound. They're not used to this kind of fight and seeing this kind of defense and offense coming at them.
Prep 4 possessions. This is their fourth possession. 3 possessions, 3 scores. Best fielded position. Second best of the night. McParland back the other way. They're going to go to the field. Braden McParland's wide open. And McParland, the connection again. Out of bounds at the 1. 34-yard strike.
Boy, and Will McParland took a huge hit on that. The right defensive end. J.J. Leonard coming right off the edge. McParland sees his brother, steps up, makes a great spiral. Look at that. Nice job.
31-yard pass play. First and goal, Cavaliers. Inside the Santarelli & Sons red zone. Student body left. They push Will McParland out of bounds at the 1. So 2 yards on that. Pretty much, I think we're going to see the same play. So what we saw, it was very successful against North Pocono, was this play right here.
Again, you see how everyone's stepping to the left. They fold, they overlap with the running backs in there. And again, it's just a matter of, man on man, and they're outnumbered.
Will McParland got rolled up on at the end there. It looks okay. So he'll be back in the single set again. He's going to go right side, puts his head down, and behind his big offensive line, Will McParland scores another Cavalier touchdown. And, folks, this one could get ugly fast. 27-0 now, early into the second.
Again, they just go quarterback keep, but you see the three-headed attack in there led by number 77 in there, Anthony De Los Santos, just leading the way, and then having those 2 running backs also come up, give you that extra manpower, and McParland just makes it look easy.
We've had 4 touchdowns and 4 by a McParland. Braden and Will. And Bianchi's kick is up and through. 28-0 now. 10:43 left in the second. Vince trying to stay down there, has some friends on the opposite sidelines. Vince?
Yeah, Bob, if you're a fan of the Cavaliers, plenty to smile about. Ahead 28-0. I have Exira and Lucy, 2 of the seniors from this cheer team. Exira, I'll start with you. It's raining out. You guys had an hour-long ride, but you guys are here. What do you love about being a part of this team?
I just love to have, my girls and be a part of a family. And, we, no matter the weather, no matter anything, we're always together and we always get through, and we're always just excited to cheer on our team.
Lucy, you're in your senior year. What are you going to miss most about being out here on Friday nights?
I'm definitely going to miss the energy that this team has. Our football team really brings a lot of energy, and so do we. And I'm really going to miss how much of a family we all are.
All right, well, it's time for the Dr. Todd Smile Cam. Girls, give a wave.
Thanks, Vince. Thanks to the cheerleaders from Scranton Prep. They have a decent crowd on the other side in this district championship game. here at Crispin Field. Also, a lot of fans on our side, even standing room on the fence, and can only imagine what the Bulldog fans are thinking. They're thinking, not again with this Cavalier team. Same thing happened 10 years ago.
And they're just like stunned because it's very quiet on the Berwick sideline and in the stands. They just haven't faced any adversity this year, and they really have their backs to the wall right now. They've got to dig deep, and I know Coach Curry is doing that. He's telling the kids, he's talking them up, he's being positive, getting them, come on, let's go, let's go. All we need to do is get a first down and just keep building off of that. We don't have to go for a home run at this point. Let's control the ball, keep it away from them, and try to take up as much time as we can.
Pooch kick by Bianchi. Still a live ball taken up by Caleb May from his 15. And the special teams in white right there. And the Bulldogs offense held in check so far. Will have the ball at their own 22-yard line.
Bob, to your point when you said the Cavaliers have had the ball 4 possessions, 4 scores. The Dogs in the first quarter had 2 possessions, 2 punts. Their third possession, they turned the ball over on the interception. So they've got to come out. They've just got to get ball control right now personally. They've got to control that and try to get something going. They know Wilkerson.
They have 1 first down all game so far in their possessions. So their offense revolves around number 5. Everyone knows it. The Cavaliers know it. Now it's just up to the Bulldogs to execute it, right?
Absolutely.
I mean, it comes up. Now you know you're in a fight. You know what I mean? This is a dog fight. End around Caleb May with some speed and some blockers. May up. It is a Keystone Container first down past the 40 to the 42. Best play of the night so far for Berwick.
Again, they just go with the little reverse action. They were running, looked like option to the right, and they hand the ball off to Caleb May. Nice job in there. Again, he's a slippery kind of guy, getting it in there, making sure that's what they need. There's the spark. You got the band playing now. Now the Berwick Bulldogs will start playing some ball.
At 9 carries, 176 yards, and 3 touchdowns on the ground coming in for number 22. Longest play of the night. And number 5, Wilkerson, 6 yards on that. Good push from the offensive line.
Nice job. They're getting some leverage in there, and they run the ISO play. That means the fullback is leading up through for Wilkerson, and Wilkerson again. He's not used to really just getting 5, 6, 7 yards on a clip. He's used to getting 20 and 30 or touchdowns.
Dempsey and Pagnotti, the middle linebackers, in on that. Back to the eye. Back to 5. Big hole over his center, up and through, inside prep territory for the first time tonight for Berwick. It is a Keystone Container first down at the 45.
Now they're starting to play Berwick-style football. You see the fullback kick out. That's Everett Snyder do a nice job. Kick the defensive end out, and Ty Wilkerson cut back inside off his backside inside there. Nice job. That's what's going to affect the Cavaliers' defense. He's a lot of young man to bring down, 205 pounds, and he's just a lot of muscle.
8 on the play clock, prepped in, adjusted, little pitch to Wilkerson. He fumbles the ball. It was slippery out there, and Cleveland dives on the ball. The freshman saves that possession. But you can see it is a slippery ball. It is still drizzling in a light rain here at Crispin Field. Back to the 50, loss of 4.
Yeah, just went quick toss. And what I liked on the offense, what they did was the center and the split end lined up immediately. Then the rest of the team sprinted up so the Cavaliers defense couldn't get adjusted. And again, Cavaliers haven't come out of their 4-4 base defense yet. They're just playing all 11 in 5 yards.
Berwick cannot live behind the chains tonight.
No.
They just cannot. Not against the Cavalier defense. Fake it to Wilkerson, try to set up a screen play. The Cavaliers read that. Braden McPartland shoots in. Loss on the play. Back to the 45.
6-yard loss. What a play by Braden McPartland on defense.
Well, they've got to set that up a little bit better. Ty's got to finish that and give a great fake in there. Again, give credit to Braden McPartland. He sniffed that bad boy out like a dog going for a bone right there.
Yeah, absolutely. His 10th tackle for a loss on the season, and it's 3rd down and long for Berwick, already trailing 28-0 in this game. Fake it to Wilkerson. Looking downfield. Oh, they have May wide open. He got his secondary. He dropped the ball. He was behind the secondary, got behind Dempsey, the linebacker, and maybe thought about running before he caught it, because that was a good pass from Cleaver.
Ball was out. He had it in there. It was back shoulder, and he was too high on him. He couldn't haul that in.
Well, when things aren't going your way, things like that happen. I mean, that's the way the ball bounces and cookie crumbles, whatever phrase you want to say.
Yes, sir.
But
it's paramount to what they're trying to accomplish. Then they're going to try a little bit harder. They're going to have to relax and just play ball.
Good snap, good kick by Yost this time. High hanging. Kroom lets it bounce, goes right into his hands at the 16. One fake from Kroom. Up forward to the 29.
Number 4, A.J. Kroom, brought down by 44. Brock Sims.
Sims on the tackle. Back come the defense for the Dogs. And do we have a flag down?
They're having a conference out there, so I would assume. I didn't see one.
I didn't either. The chains have not moved.
Side block on White.
So it's going to go against Scranton Prep, I believe, after the punt. Blindside block.
Blindside.
Yeah. So this will back up the Cavaliers. Yep, they're going to mark it probably inside the 20. And that's where the Cavaliers will have it.
Well, the Cavaliers aren't worried about field position because that last series, a 78-yard strike in the air, so they know they are well balanced. We'll have to see. Maybe a non-McPartland will get the ball this time.
Maybe. They already have a 70-yard drive, 82-yard drive, 80-yard drive. Still trying to figure out where the ball goes.
They keep backing them up further and further.
Now they're at the 9. Terry Gallagher, I think he wants an explanation. He's like, why you keep moving the ball? He's talking to the back judge.
And he's saying the spot foul, yeah. He's too late.
Inside to Prince. Falls forward for 3.
And off to number 2, Noah.
Well, Coach Gallagher was trying to get an explanation, and they snapped the ball wisely, getting that play off. And you saw right there, number 53 coming in. That's Chris Paris from his left guard position, lead blocking in there. And then he had help from number 14, Brady McPartland.
Yeah, there are a couple of freshmen, Langville and Paris. 2 big freshmen that have helped the Cavaliers this year when they had some injuries on the offensive line. So the future is bright up front for Prep. McPartland into the shotgun. Gonna roll and a little shovel pass to Braden. Sheds a couple tackles still on his feet. Throws number 13 forward, and a huge gain for the Cavaliers.
And off to number 14, Braden McPartland.
Up to the 36-yard line. 24-yard gain. Watch
nice
this
with
play.
this shovel pass right there. Watch the burst of Braden McPartland. Wow, I didn't realize he was that fast. I mean, I know he's quick, but I was like, wow, he really has a different gear down there. And again, he's playing with the chip on his shoulder tonight, as the rest of the Cavaliers are.
Best 6-5 team maybe in the state. And you're seeing it why right now. Inside the Prince. Hintz has a nice hole. Uses a stiff arm and has a Keystone container first down out at midfield.
Brought down by
14. Make that 13 for Anthony Prince.
Just the RPO, gives a ball, nice patient blocking and reading there as a running back. He didn't outrun the block. He waited for it to set up.
Everett Snyder finally pushes him out of bounds with a couple plays, and the Cavaliers are already near midfield. Clock ticking near the 6-minute mark here in the first half.
Second quarter.
Out to Criswick. Berwick plays that well, but still gets 4.
Number 2, Noah Grivich.
As Brock Sims on linebacker that came out, did a nice job flowing with that. And again, just a short gain, but this is what the Cavaliers want. They want to have ball control. They're just taking and they're picking their shots. They're able to run and pass very effectively tonight.
Dunmore losing to Lakeland 21-0. North Pocono up 20-0. 2 other district championship games. Abington 10-0 still over Delaware Valley. Braden McParland. This one's coming back. Has a lot more yards, down to the 30 to 29. And he'll go out of bounds, but there's a flag behind the play, so I suspect this is coming back. It's going to be a hold.
Holding, 19 White.
Cavaliers.
Sean McCormick gets caught for that hold, the senior, tight end.
Well, you see that right there. He's doing a nice job battling them. Actually,
he had the inside jersey of Gabe Decker.
But you saw it looked like the Berwick defender was pulling on him. So, no, but it was. When a play sets up, it takes that long. The officials, it makes it very easy for them to spot a hold.
Prep has not punted tonight. They've scored on every possession. Down here, Southern Columbia has extended their lead over Bloomsburg 34-0. So it's setting up for a Southern Columbia Troy final next week in Catawissa. Troy leading Warrior run. Option. McParland. Someone had to buy a shirt, and they're lucky because he'd be off and running. Finally inside Bulldog territory down to 46.
Number 12, Will McParland.
Gain of 11.
There you go. They set up the option. McParland, and a nice job with the offensive line. They all stepped right. They want a hook block in there, and that allows that running lane to form for McParland to keep the ball and tuck it up in there.
Yeah, the defending state champs Troy 34-7 over our number 10 team, Warrior Run. Bulldog defense. Hearing it from the crowd. They need to stop Prep, and they do. Big stop on McPartland.
Number 56 in there, J.J. Leonard, the 6-foot, 265-pound senior, led the charge in there. And then he gets some help. You saw how he just rode number 77 and then pushed him away, got to the quarterback.
So a loss on the play for Scranton Prep. We haven't seen that much at all tonight. And it should bring the punt team on with under 4 to play now here in the first half. And a big lead for Scranton Prep. I think they're going to bring this clock all the way down and call timeout.
Well, use them or lose them, especially in the first half. You don't have to worry about. There's the timeout.
And we'll take a timeout ourselves. We'll be right back here on MyTV WQMY. is punting. So Prep will punt for the first time tonight. And it'll take a Prep roll, and they'll down it inside the 5. You want to say anything to the team?
Just go out there, do your best. Don't leave nothing on the field, and just bring it home.
And for the Dogs?
Just play Berwick football. Berwick football got you there. Berwick football is going to continue getting there. Just do your thing.
You want to say anything to the team? No betting.
No betting.
So Keegan Wilk, London Montgomery, plays for East Carolina University. We saw them last week at Temple. They won that game, by the way, and it just so happened they're two teams playing here tonight for the district final. But two of the best players ever to come out of both schools, quite frankly.
I mean, representing Northeast Pennsylvania, Luzerne County, or Wyoming County. Excuse me.
What county are we in?
Yeah,
Columbia, Luzerne,
County.
and Lackawanna.
But the two different conferences, Lackawanna and Luzerne.
Wilkerson dragged down by Will McParlin, gain of 3. And I think, was it you or Stan might have been here the night Tegan Wilk set the all-time interceptions.
That happened to be me that night. So, yeah, that was quite a night for Tegan Wilk.
And he's doing the same thing at East Carolina. London Montgomery having a sensational year after moving on from Penn State. And when we talked to the coach after the game, he was very impressed with both players, and we congratulate both players for playing Division I football. Right here, the Bulldogs down. This is Caleb May, I believe, who ran the Wildcat, and they're going to move up to the 10, so another third and long for Berwick.
Well, that gives them a little bit of breathing room so their backs aren't into the end zone. So, again, but they're behind the sticks where they need to be. Right now, I would imagine they're going to be going with the ISO play like they always do to Mr. Wilkerson.
Well, you're in danger here of passing it and maybe getting intercepted, right?
Knowing Coach Gallagher, if they line up in a different formation, he's going to send the troops to try to force that pass out quicker.
Timeout. C.J. Curry, 2:14 left in the half. This is the first timeout of the game for either team. So the Bulldogs, you schedule who you schedule and you play who you play, and some teams are not as good as you thought they were the year before. And Berwick, you would say they're 11-0, but people could argue they didn't really play anybody either. Well, but you still won your games, right?
Absolutely.
How do you look at it?
I mean, you're never going to have an asterisk next to a win or a loss. But again, their toughest team actually was Lackawanna Trail, and they just physically beat up the Lions that game in week 3. Wyoming area, another big game that they ended up dominating in there. So, and we know about Hanover. They did a nice job coming back, rebuilding this year, doing a nice job. But, Selinsgrove, we thought, they were injury-ridden. But still, 56-0. They got manhandled. So,
yeah, I mean, against Williamsport this year, they're high in rushing. They ran for almost 590 yards in the game as a team. So you do that anywhere. It doesn't matter who you're playing.
You're good.
You are good. But they're facing a very good Cavalier team here tonight. Here's that toss sweep. Prep has it, but Wilkerson breaks a couple tackles, and he's over for a Keystone Container first down. Good run from Tymir Wilkerson. Coach Curry says, let's get up and run another play.
What I think this is good. There's a lot of pursuit, and we talked about that the first and a half quarters.
Pitch to the other side. Taken down by Andrew Dempsey up near the 25.
And to finish my train of thought on that was he cut back on that because the Cavaliers are pursuing so well. Use that to your advantage. I'm sure maybe second half they're going to talk about let's do some cutback with that or mismotion it.
140 and counting. Long way to go for Berwick. They may have to put it up a little bit. Up into the air. They're not going to get that big explosive play, you would think, against the Cavaliers. They send Wilkerson out. The freshman quarterback rolling. There's a host of white jerseys. It's going the wrong way. Prep there. They pull it in, and he's sacked. Out now, down by the 12-yard line. A loss of 13 yards for the Berwick QB.
Well, credit to secondary. They locked up on Wilkerson. That's who he was looking for. 1, 2, 3. Look at them. They're just flushing them out. Now, that's the Hounds chasing the Fox to the pack right there. Missed tackle by Braden McParland, then finally dropped by number 19, Sean Cormac, excuse me.
Timeout on the field. Scranton Prep, they want the ball back. 1:07 left. And,
in the first half.
you know, I think you would tell Coach Curry's going to tell Brady Cleaver, throw the ball away.
Just throw it away. Don't try to make something happen. Just get rid of it right now. We got to get into halftime so we can make our adjustments, talk about what has happened, forget about it. That's the hard thing.
Yep.
You got to say, look, guys, it's 0-0 the second half. But, again, kids know, no, it's not, Coach. It's 28. We got our butts handed to us the first half. We got to start playing some ball.
Are you surprised Berwick won the toss and deferred and didn't take the ball and try to establish something?
No, because most coaches like to have that ball the second half to start to try to get that momentum swing, especially if you're down. Try to get that momentum going.
So you're down. They may be down 28-0 or more, and Berwick will get the ball to begin the second half. You're okay. You're okay with that?
At that point, it is what it is, as they say.
Cleaver with some protection goes out to May and throws it out of bounds. Goes incomplete. So it will be 4th down now, and the punt team will come on for Berwick, and Prep should get excellent field position out of this.
Pass incomplete to 22.
Now, I know Coach Gallagher's an aggressive guy, especially when he's calling his defense, and I would hope on this one he's just going to call 7-man hold, which means he's going to tell his defensive line, just block the guy in front of you, keep everything, get separation, make sure they don't run a fake. We don't want to get a silly penalty by roughing the punter.
Yost just next to his end zone. Need a good snap. They get it. And it's almost blocked. Takes a positive Berwick bounce. And it'll be down by a dog at the 40-yard line. So other scores, 2A final, District 2, Lakeland 21-0. Lackawanna Trails surged ahead of Tri-Valley in the single-A sub-regional. 24-7 Abington over Delaware Valley. They're the defending champs. And North Pocono still 20-0 at the half. So you have 3 district finals, and they're not close.
No. You're seeing this disparagement in the talent and in the strength right now. Now, Dallas, and I'm not making excuses for them at all, they're a young squad, and they lost a lot of kids at graduation, a lot of skilled kids, and they've been trying to find their identity.
Here comes the blitz. They force McParland out. Finally ride down McParland, a loss on the play. Back to the 37. Let's see if Prep just going to run out this clock. Will McParland took a little bit of a strange hit there. This is the field that he damaged the knee on last year against Northwestern Lehigh.
He's had a couple hits that
Close
put on
calls,
him.
Yeah.
I mean, like when he was down there running it out of bounds, he got rolled up on. When he actually ran the quarterback in sneak for the touchdown, he took another hit. But he's not, I don't think he's worried about that.
No,
obviously, the way he's playing, very determined tonight. And you'll see right here, he's trying, he's being patient, looking, steps up, trying to buy some more time. And right there, that's the kind of stuff right there. It's incidental.
Yep.
And, that's where your knee gets wrapped up and, bad things happen. But
well, his senior season, he's headed to Fairfield right now on a lacrosse scholarship. Now, he missed the lacrosse season all last year, which I know he wants to get back on the field this season. And, of course, he wanted to play football. He had a great recovery. And his partner, Lewis Paris, who got injured at the same field here, he's back. He's playing for Franklin and Marshall, and he's one of their top running backs right now.
Well, he was so tough last year. The last 3 seasons watching that young man play ball was great.
They get it out to Criswick. Criswick going to dive forward near midfield under 30 seconds to play. No timeouts left for the Cavaliers. They spike it or maybe just get one play off. Good, they're up 28-0. McParland looking deep. Still looking, has a lot of time. Here comes the rush. He gets out of it, and he's taken down from behind. It is a Keystone Container first down, so they'll stop the clock momentarily to move the chains But that should just about do it. Clock rolls, and he'll spike it. 2 seconds left.
I think right now, Coach Gallagher and Coach Pasqualiccio, foot on the gas. Let's get this 35-0. Put the mercy rule on. Let's get out of here.
Again, the winner will play the District 4 champion, Mifflinburg-Montoursville, on the road next week. And the winner of that most likely will see Northwestern Lehigh again out of District 11. The defending state champs are reloaded and ready for bear again and ready to go. So last play of the first half. 4 receivers going downfield. McParland under pressure. Lays it up into the end zone, and it's caught. It's caught. Touchdown. Wow. What a wild play. Mackey Lynett was open behind the secondary and went right into the breadbasket, and he pulled it in for a Cavalier touchdown. Wow, what a play. McParland to Lynett. Let's look at this one again.
Look at this. He's under duress. He got one hit. He escapes, gets out, unloads that ball. And again, he was behind him. He was behind the defense.
He holds on to the ball. There was no one there in a blue jersey.
He got behind him, and again, the tie goes to the offensive receiver.
53-yard strike to Mackey Lynett. Lynett's second touchdown of the season. As the clock expires, now Terry Gallagher wants to talk.
Well, there's a defensive penalty.
Oh, okay. So you decline
it's an untimed down.
Well, they would decline that. The touchdown overrides that.
We have a dead ball. Unsportsmanlike 26. Coach elected to have the penalty administered at the start of the second half.
Okay. So our referee explaining that, and I'm going to talk to Coach Curry about it in an unsportsmanlike conduct against Berwick. So that will cost them. Prep will kick with better field position as Berwick gets the ball. What a stunning play. What a heads-up play by Will McParland to spike that ball, save 2 seconds, and then Maggie Lynett got behind the secondary, and the Berwick defense just completely lost him. High snap, good hold by Kroom, and the kick is up and good. The 4-time defending District 2 AAA champions showing why. Leading undefeated Berwick at the half, 35-0.
Berwick Bulldogs, 0. Stick around for second half. And the out-of-town scoreboard.
Vince's going to try to track down Terry Gallagher. I don't know much more he can say. He's got to be. He doesn't want. Let's go down to Vince real quick.
Coach, a near perfect first half, capped off by the Hail Mary play. What went into game planning this week to put you guys in this position?
Just come out and play the football that we're capable of doing. Guys have to make sure they execute. I thought we did for the most part. You got 2 quarters to go.
You mentioned those 2 quarters. What do you have to do to make sure you don't take your foot off the gas and close out this game?
You got to tackle 5, and you got to keep, the idea of discipline. You have to make sure your gap's sound. You have to do all the little small things that got us back in the position that we've done. Obviously, the whole length of the season, I think we've learned from it. My hope is we can show that we did in 2 quarters. We still got 2.
Coach, best of luck.
Thanks, Coach Gallagher.
Yes. And again, folks, we were laughing because we have the preview screen, and Coach Gallagher does not like talking on TV, and he's just like shaking his head like, oh, man, but he did a great job.
You can't be much happier. 35-0 to score over a previously undefeated and 4th-ranked Berwick. Well, been all Cavaliers in the first half. We'll have some stats and highlights. We'll have national highlights. We'll have our Luzerne County Community College Spotlight and a report from the Fox 56 News. All coming up in the halftime report on the other side. Brought to you by Manuka Subaru.
You're watching the Luzerne County Community College Friday Night Rivals, sponsored by Batfitter on MyTV WQMY.
The Berwick Center, because of where we are located, a lot of our students actually walk to class or ride their bike. So we are right here in the heart of town, and they can get here very easily. We have parking that's right here as well if they drive.
It was close to home. I didn't want to go anywhere too far. I live about 5 minutes away from here, and all my family's in the area, so sticking close to home was the biggest factor for me. It's important to have a space to do it that's local so that everyone has access to it. It's so important to have access to education like this.
Currently, we offer a lot of different general education classes. So those classes are helpful for a variety of programs, a lot of the health sciences in particularly, but then also for the social work, the social sciences. We also have a very strong emergency medical technician program. So the EMT class meets here and they can finish that in one semester.
The professors are really great. They really focus on your mentality and how your understanding through the classwork is. And if you need help, they're there to help you. They stay after class a little bit just for some extra free time. It's very enlightening in here. It's very happy. They care about your mental health and they check on you. And I think it's really good. I like it.
What makes us special is that we are a community. And what you'll notice in our hallway is that we have a lot of things set up where we're looking at students from a holistic perspective. We know that school's part of life, not all of life. And so we want to address that. And that really is where we're drawing the community in, either through workshops that we do for free, mental health, sound healing, those types of things. We want to help ensure that people have the skills that they need to secure good jobs in this area. So we are looking to better address those needs, be it trades, health sciences, or whatever we need here.
If you jump right into a 4-year college without getting your feet wet a little bit, then you're going to be a nervous wreck to that entire 4 years of college. Here at LCC, you got your feet wet and kind of got the feel of what college work you're expected to perform and produce rather than high school work.
I want students to know that they were supported, that we were here at the beginning and we will be here at the end, and that if there are challenges that we walk the road with them and that we've celebrated the successes along the way.
Welcome to the Manuka Subaru Halftime.
Well, the good news is the rain has gotten a little bit lighter.
Yes, sir.
The bad news is if you're a Berwick fan, your team trails in this District 2 AAA final 35-0. Bob and Jan back in the booth for the final time this season, and what we expected to be a good game has turned into a Cavalier crushing performance, and a great performance from the Cavaliers coming in here tonight, the 4-time defending champs.
They came in like I thought they the chip on the shoulder I thought would have been on Berwick's side, but boy, Cavaliers came in here with that chip on the shoulder, and they have just had their foot on the throttle the entire time and have not let up both on offense and defense. They just are playing lights out right now.
And for Coach Terry Gallagher, you got 3 McPartlins on the team. Well, one's a freshman, doesn't play yet. We might see him later. But the 2 McPartlins are just playing out of their minds, and they're obviously the two best players on the field.
They are dominating on both sides of the ball, I might add, not just offensively, because you're going to see all the stats. Hey, Braden has 2 touchdowns. Will has 2 touchdowns. But defensively, those guys are flying around, and they are shutting Wilkerson down cold.
And good play calling from Scranton Prep. So Will McPartlin is 8 for 8, 202 yards, throwing 2 touchdowns and has 3 rushing. And Braden McPartlin has the other touchdown.
We said another. Well, let's throw a different name out there, Mr. Mackey, right?
Mackey Line
for that incredible right before the half. I'm telling you, that's the one that really will break the camel's back on that. Now the 35 mercy rule's in effect right now, so the clock will not stop, and it's not going to be a friend of the dogs at all.
Yeah, now what you want to really see is a running clock, unless you're a Scranton Prep fan, in a district final. On the other side, the Cavaliers have held Tyremere Wilkerson, a 2,700-yard rusher, to fit just, 55 yards in that first half?
On 8 carries. So his average is way down. But, again, he hasn't faced a defense that has been this intense. And, again, they're playing, which I found interesting, they're playing 11 guys within 6 yards of the line of scrimmage. And if he breaks it, that's where he's gained all those 70, 80-yard touchdowns. But they are stopping him, and it's because they are doing a fast-flow defense, and they'll get one hit on him, and then you see the other 3 guys coming and shutting it down.
Well, let's take a look at some first-half highlights now. And, yes, it's going to be Prep dominant. And good.
Yep, right there to start it was Will McPartlin on the run. You see it right there. Nice job blocking, 33 and 14, and he stretches that ball out in there.
That's a second touchdown.
That's a second touchdown.
It looks like the same play because they run the same play a lot. And then finally, how about this one to his brother?
With that outside flare screen. And Braden, like I said, he's running possessed tonight. Now, Will says, wait a second, I need to get another one in there. That's his 23rd touchdown just of this season on the ground. Now, watch this pass play.
Last one of the half, no time on the clock, and Mackey Line just gets behind the secondary, and wisely so, and it's a pinpoint pass.
Unbelievable. I mean, and McPartlin was under duress. He got hit one time, shook it off, and then he still comes up with that 78-yard strike. I mean, crazy.
Okay, can the Bulldogs do anything? You have a running clock. Time is not on your side. I mean, you're a running team. What do you do if you're Berwick?
Well, right now, they've got to stick with what they know. They can't force that on the freshman quarterback to try to come out here and throw and pass, something they're not used to doing down here this entire season. If you brought his stats up, you would have seen that.
Okay, we'll take a quick breather, show you some national highlights, and then we'll have the second half of the District 2 AAA Championship.
The best Thursday night lights and Friday night rivals highlights from across the country.
Trips over here. Here's a little bubble. They complete it. Southwest stays at home, but check this out. Still on his feet, breaking free to the 40. Showing speed. Will they catch it? They won't. Touchdown, John J. Mustangs. That's the coach's son, Miles Gutierrez.
He's a good pitcher. He'll pitch it downfield. Got a man wide open, caught in stride, gone. Touchdown, Bryson Oliver. 76 yards on the throw and catch.
Bryson Oliver, 5'7", 160, and Oliver
4. Swing pass to the right side. This has a chance. He'll throw a lineman. It's going to be a touchdown. It's a trickeration, a trick play. Airborne, the air raid strike. Strike up, the airborne fight on.
His 28th rivalry matchup. Oh, batted and picked up out of the air and headed the other way for a pick six. Corey Maynard.
for the touchdown.
Wow, that was a great play. Come in, red pass, got the hands up, batted the ball away, intercepted it, and took it to the end zone.
Riverdale looking to even the game up on the opening offensive series. Hampton connects. Touchdown Warriors. Luke Tritch, his first career.
Back on the field, the Cavaliers back out and stretched and ready to go. And they lead this District 2 AAA final 35-0. If they win tonight, they match the longest streak in District 2 history, owned by Berwick. Berwick won 5 straight under Coach Curry. They could win 5 straight for the Cavaliers. Around the area, North Pocono looks like they'll win the 4A title. They lead 26-0 over Dallas. Lackawanna Trail doubles up Tri-Valley. They may be moving on to meeting Lion Mountain next week in the state sub-regional Class A. Lakeland 21-0 over Dunmore. That's at the half, a 2A final. It looks like it's going to be Troy and Southern Columbia next week in the District 4 AA championship. So that should be a good one down in Catawissa. And Abington, Delaware Valley's gotten back at the half. It's 24-7, so a tight game up in Clark Summit.
A lot closer. Again, we saw Del Val last week at Pittston, and they just took control physically. But we knew that Abington really was a team to be reckoned with this year.
So remember the personal foul, end of the half. So Prep will kick this one off, and it will go deep into the night. Almost hit our camera down there, but I think Alex is okay. And Berwick will have the ball, and let's see what C.J. Curry had to say. Let's go down to Vince.
Yeah, Bob, he was a man of very few words trying to talk to him. When addressing how to get the offense going, he said they need to do everything. As for making defensive stops, they just have to tackle. And as for this first drive, all they have to do is score and make a stop. Straight and to the point, but we'll see if they can do it in the second half.
Yeah, obviously a frustrated C.J. Curry. They really haven't faced this adversity this year. So back to the ground game they go, and they gave it to Wilkerson. Nice hole up the middle. Shoots through and has a Moravia Health first down into the secondary up past the 31. So positive play. First play of the second half, but remember, this is a running clock.
Well, Bob, what they did is right here, they just run that ISO play in there, which has been their bread and butter play all year long, fullback leading up through for Wilkerson. They've got to rely on that big offensive line of theirs. They average 264 pounds across the board. The Scranton Prep defense is averaging 237, so they've got to use that to their advantage, and that's what they're doing now with this double tight end formation.
Still, you see a lot of white jerseys up near the line of scrimmage. Wilkerson hit behind the line of scrimmage. Pulling him back was number 19, Sean McCormack, the defensive tackle. You even see the safeties up with everyone's within 7 yards of the line of scrimmage, and Berwick has to get them out of that, but they haven't been able to.
The only way you can do that is you break your formations if you have a good passing quarterback. And right now, Berwick doesn't. Everything has been by number 5 this entire season, and he's done an unbelievable job for the Bulldogs.
Fake it to 5. Quarterback keeps it. He's ripped down pretty quick. Braden McPartland takes him down. Mackie Lina there as well.
Well, and Berwick right now, they're playing what I would call a split 6 defense. So what they do is they 4-4. They still have their 4-man front. They bring the 2 outside linebackers up because Berwick has the 2 tight ends out there, so you want to cover them up, and that leaves your 2 linebackers, hence the 6-2. But they are playing so fast, and they're playing gap control right now. Berwick just can't find any type of opening.
Mifflinburg leading Montoursville 28-6 third quarter. Winner of tonight's game will go head to District 4 next week in the first round of the state playoffs. And the round of Caleb May. We saw this pop one off against Selinsgrove. Against the Cavaliers, they're going to lose yardage.
Again, Mackie Lynott on that did a great job playing discipline, didn't over-pursue, takes on the stalk block right in your screen right there. Bounces off the tight end, hits the fullback, and then he just comes off of that and makes the tackle. I mean, just really well-disciplined defense right now by the Cavaliers.
Well, Berwick is going to leave the offense on 4th down and 9 in a 35-0 game. Cleaver back, has a tight end open, and he missed him. He had the tight end open going over Gabe Decker, who might have picked up the first down, but he threw it behind him, and the Cavaliers will take over at the Berwick 32-yard line.
Well, you see right here, he's just rolling to his right, looking. He had him, but he just underthrew.
Yeah, threw a little bit behind him, but Brady Cleaver doing a nice job. I mean, you have some good coaches. We saw Dave Robbins before the game, the former quarterback here, and went on to Boston College. Of course, C.J. Curry was an exceptional quarterback as well. So he'll be well coached. Brady Cleaver get a lot of experience this year. They'll probably put more on his plate next year. So it looks like the starters are out for prep. They're in the game for at least this series. Big hole. Will McPartland takes it down, ridden down. Moravia held first down up to the 15-yard line. Gain of 17.
Great job by Berwick's secondary there to take away all the receivers. Again, what the Cavaliers are trying to work their passing game now. Good job with the pass pro. Broke down, and all he did was he ran to daylight. I'm sure Coach Gallagher will say, if that happens against slide, don't worry about taking a hit, just slide.
Or get out of bounds quick. So they're inside the Santarelli and Son red zone. Cavaliers trying to add on to this 35-0 advantage. Fake it to Prince. Out into the flat it goes. Looks like Braden McPartland with some nifty moves. Still on his feet. Takes a big hit. Down at the 1. Gain of 14.
That was a big hit by Ty Wilkerson coming in from the blind side on that. Look at this again. They're just working this offense because they can. Nice job with the stutter step, comes inside. He's coming in and right there. Oh, that was 62.
62, I think, had a big hit.
Yeah, I think it was actually 72. Owen Dodurka right there, 6'2".
No, that's prep.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That was Matt Gardner. You have 3 chances, buddy.
I did.
I mean, it's the last game of the year. I know. It's been a long year for you. You got. I know
it really has.
You're a retired teacher. You know what to do yourself. Student body right. McPartland in for another Scranton prep touchdown and a flag down. So this one, I think, is coming back.
19
It is a hold, and I think I heard Sean McCormack again was called for the hold, number 19.
Let's see right here. Again, they're just going quarterback going to the right. There's 19 right there. Yep. He turned the shoulder pads, and then when the official was right there.
Well, when they watch film on Monday, you got something if you're Terry Gallagher, right, and to complain about.
We've got it.
You can't hold.
You can't. And if you are, don't overextend. Yeah. Keep it in tight. That's what they tell you.
Other than that, we're pretty good. I heard after the Pocono, the coaches weren't happy. And that was a tough film for the Cavaliers. Over the middle to Braden McPartland. Does he get in? Nope, down at the 1. So this McPartland to McPartland combination has been fantastic tonight.
Well, unstoppable, too. And that was a great play. They just went with a quick slant right in there. As soon as the ball, he had the laces on his fingers, the ball was away. Braden did a nice job getting the inside leverage, and he just came up short.
Well, the one thing about prep, and I mean, I know we're talking a lot about 12 and 14. And we've seen 2. They have a bunch of weapons. They still haven't even used Criswick, and Anthony Prince, McCormack, the tight end. Another touchdown for prep for Will McPartland. Add on to his combination tonight. And he's not happy about something late in this one. And his brother pushes him away.
And saying, look at the clock, don't be silly.
So let's see if this is the last possession we see of this crew as the Cavaliers take care of the short field after Berwick stayed on for the fourth down.
He took a little bit of exception to that. All right, sideline warning.
So Bianchi in again for the extra point. Of course, the McPartlands come from a great lineage. Her father played, of course, at Scranton Prep and went on to the University of Miami and played. And what I hear is that the younger brother may be the best of all. Yeah, so we'll see. So 5:50 left, 42-0 the score. Cavaliers on their way to another District 2 title.
You're watching the Luzerne County Community College Friday Night Rivals, sponsored by Bathfitter on MyTV WQMY.
So on the kickoff, Everett Schneider on the little pooch kick with a nice return. And Berwick will start this series in Cavalier territory at the 43-yard line. And
that was Everett Snyder on that return.
Do we have a flag down?
Flag down the play.
Yes.
Yeah, we do have a flag down. So that was a nice return from number 99.
Dead ball, personal foul, 28 white.
So this one will go against the Cavaliers, and they're going to roll the clock.
15-yard penalty.
So personal foul, and now we'll see. It looks like the starting defense is out there.
The Everett Snyder run brings up a 1st and 10. Bulldogs.
I think Will McPartland's out of the game. Finn Mulligan is at linebacker. I think Andrew Dempsey's out. And
Sal Tallarico is now the free safety.
Yep. So timeout on the field. Terry Gallagher wants an explanation for something. Maybe the sideline warning. But his team's up 42-0 on their way to their fifth district title in a row. Up 42-0.
At Luzerne County's Community College's Berwick Center, we're here to help you succeed. From scheduling classes for yourself to workforce training for your employees, our professional staff is ready to go to work for you. Visit LCCC's Berwick Center today.
Updated scores, Lackawanna Trail over Tri-Valley, still 35-14. Lime Mountain Montgomery going head-to-head, 14-14 in the fourth. North Pocono on their way to the 4A District 2 title, 38-0. Troy up big. Mifflinburg up big. No update yet on Lakeland. And Abington still at the half. So Berwick on the short field from the Prep 29.
Number 5, Ty Wilkerson with the Wildcat run off the left side.
And Wilkerson with a Moravia Health.
Down by number 3.
Nope, 9 yards on that.
Tallarico. 9-yard gain. 2nd and 1. Bulldogs.
So a bunch of fresh faces now in for the Cavaliers. We'll try to keep you updated on that. Another maybe help first down.
Well, the young Cavaliers are doing a nice job again, but Berwick's getting down. They're getting in there, going for Wildcat these last two plays. And you got big Everett Snyder leading up in there for you, 230 pounds. So they're going to be making some gaps in there. And Snyder is only a sophomore.
Still in that Wildcat for Wilkerson. Taken quickly down. Finn Mulligan on the tackle, number 15.
Well, this is not going to change Prep's defense because, again, who do they have to key on? Number 5.
Right.
I mean, it's okay. Put him at Wildcat. Great. But now we definitely know he's getting the ball. A little trick play, maybe some trickery right now. Pass play.
Caleb May up the middle. Hit again. Finn Mulligan on the tackle. A couple freshmen up front, too, for the Scranton Prep. Now up Berwick to the 10-yard line. Clock continuing to run, under 4 here.
Well, this is nice that Coach Gallagher's getting his younger kids in there, get some experience in a district game, title game. I mean, that's something to hang your hat on. It gives those kids that incentive to keep working hard in the offseason because they want to come back and try to do this again next year.
Wilkerson has a hole, and he goes in. Tymir Wilkerson has another touchdown to his accolades, and we have a flag down.
It's going to be personal foul because it happened after the touchdown.
So the touchdown will count for Berwick. They use the short field, and they take it in. Wilkerson adds another touchdown to his list. His 40th on the season.
That's his 40th, yes, sir.
He already is the single-season touchdown leader.
Dead ball, personal foul. White, 16. Dead ball, personal foul, 26.
So offsetting penalties, and
they were both jabbering at each other, and then the Prep player threw him down. And when he got up, the Berwick player got up, must have said something to him, and then the official was right there. So
Mifflinburg at the end of the third leading Montoursville. That's the District 4 AAA final, 28-6. They host the winner next week. Yost's kick is up and good. 42-7 the score, 3:11 left in this first quarter. So 10 years ago, just about the same time, Scranton Prep won their first district title ever, and the late George Curry, there you see him. At the time, he was the leader in coaches' wins throughout the state. Jim Roth now has that. But never forget that night. Of course, shortly after, Coach passed away from Lou Gehrig's disease. Very missed. And there you see Father Keller, the president of Scranton Prep at the time, talking to George Curry. And a game that a lot of people will never forget. He wasn't in good health. He coached from the sidelines. You see Carl Major, now the Danville coach, was an assistant with him. And what a career for Coach George Curry. National championships, district championships.
State championship. I mean,
state and everything.
He was a great man for all football players. If he saw talent, he would send coaches to whatever school it was. He sent them to Tunkhannock because we had some very good football players, and he sent Division I schools to Tunkhannock to talk to these kids. Why? Because Coach Curry. That's how much he loved the sport, how much he believed in it, and that's what put Berwick on the map in terms of football.
And that's what C.J. Curry's trying to do here. Take some of that philosophy, put a modern twist on it. He got to, when he took over the last year, before that, he got everyone in the weight room.
Yes.
That was his biggest thing when he got the job. He had everybody in the weight room. The team bought in. You're seeing that pay off this year, 11-0 coming into this game. And the senior class, they have nothing to look back on and and be ashamed about. I mean, they may lose this game, and I know they want to win a district championship, But even if you finish 11-1, Berwick is back on the map. C.J. Curry has them going in the right direction. And the freshman team, we heard before the game, has 22 players.
And Coach Robbins said that 7 of them could contribute next year as sophomores. The thing is, Berwick came back with a vengeance this year. Yeah, they cut through the Wyoming Valley Conference. They did a great job. And then all of a sudden, those expectations that are put upon you, those kids out there playing right now, from the community, from the district, it sometimes becomes bigger than what they can handle. And that's what happened tonight. You saw an experienced Cavalier team come in here and just all phases of the game just dominate.
Anthony Prince, the junior, getting a carry. Oliver Swingle now quarterbacking, the sophomore. So, again, the heir apparent. Also, a couple guys that might challenge him next year for the starting quarterback.
You saw Matt Gordner, the 6-foot, 275-pound senior, make that tackle in the backfield. So, again, he's imposing his will against these younger kids, as he should, because he has that experience.
Blitz coming, Swingle back, trying to go backside to the screen. They screen it off, and they get it to Jackson Silphy, a senior. And Silphy pulls forward, and he's going to be close to the line to gain. And we have a flag back at the line of scrimmage.
Brought down by number 9, Gabe Decker.
Still rolling the clock. I think this one's coming back, Coach.
Holding 53 White. 53 White.
Chris Paris the hold. We talk about Lewis Paris. This is his younger brother. A little bit bigger than Lewis. Not a running back, but still for a freshman, Coach. Lewis Paris he has some size. He's listed at 5'10", 245, and that's before, growing into himself.
He is, and he's only going to get stronger with the next few years in the weight room. And if he's and I know I hate comparisons, but if he's like his brother, he's going to be an excellent football player because that's what he knows, watching his older brother play.
And his father, too, played, so he was a very good football player. So Swingle back. They're going to try a little screen again, and out just in front of Anthony Prince. He had some blockers in front of him, but it goes incomplete. 4th down now for the Cavaliers, and they can roll at the clock, and we can start the 4th quarter.
Well, Swingle, 6'2", 180-pound sophomore, coming in late in the 3rd quarter, a rainy, cold night. His touch isn't going to be quite there. And that was probably very frustrating for Prince on that because it was set up well. And that's the end of the 3rd.
That is. Thank you very much. So the end of the 3rd quarter, all Cavaliers here tonight over the Dogs. 42-7, quarter number 4 on the other side.
Back in Berwick for the top of the 4th quarter, the Cavaliers leading the Bulldogs 42-7. I have Alex here from the Berwick Marching Band. Alex, what do you love about being out here on Friday nights?
Friday nights are really fun because of how the energy is. Obviously, you can hear everybody around us being very loud, and the band itself is very unified, so I think the family setting is amazing.
You're in your senior year. What are you going to miss most about being a part of this band, about being out here on Friday nights, apart from the bad weather? We know you're not going to miss that at all.
So I think the thing I'll miss most is, I don't know if this is selfish, but my position in the band is so special because I get to lead everybody. So I think I'll definitely miss being able to see everybody's growth.
I definitely get that. It's time for tonight's Dr. Todd Smile Cam. Let's see the Berwick Band take it away.
Got to keep cheering on your team. Wilkerson gets the ball, and he'll go through and have a Moravia Health first down near the 50-yard line. A bit of a surprise, Coach. We had talked Jersey Shore and Shamokin. They're playing in the District 4 4A final as we see the replay again. The last 2 times they've played, it's gone to overtime. Not tonight. Shamokin is dominating Jersey Shore 30-0 with 10 minutes left in the game. And they could be Logan Steele and that team could be reckoned with in 4A as they head into the state playoffs with the district championship in hand. Now, remember last year, we talked about this in game number 1. Do you remember game number 1 in August?
Yes, I do.
Okay. They played Pottsville, right? We said they lost to Juniata. They won the district title, and they lost the Focus, did Shamokin, and they ended up losing to Juniata. We'll see who they play in the first round next week, but right now they're going to take home back-to-back district championships. And, folks, Logan Steele is only a junior. So we may be seeing him. He's
a dynamite player, and Coach has done a great job down there with them.
And it looks like congratulations to Lakeland, 27-0 over Dunmore. Coach P up there.
Dead ball, personal foul, 26.
At Lakeland, looks like they'll get back in the winning column for a district title. And a good one, Bruin and Abington Heights and Delaware Valley, 24-20 now the score. 3:09 left in the third, so Del Val has battled back. And that's the closest game, really, on the scoreboard tonight in our area, which is a bit shocking when you're talking this late in the season.
When you're talking district championships, you would expect them to be tooth and nail fight and everything, and we've had some pretty significant scores.
Well, I should say Montgomery and Lime Mountain is also a very close game. I believe that's for the District 4 Single A title. Winner of that, I think, plays Lackawanna Trail next week. That will be a battle, whoever that is.
Wilkerson on the RPO comes out to the right-hand side. Does a nice job. He gained the penalty yardages back, so they're back at the original line of scrimmage for 3rd and 10.
38-6, and the third for North Pocono. So Coach Dolan and that team still rolling. They'll remain undefeated headed into the playoffs. They'll hit the road next week in the state play. Play action, Cleaver to downfield to May, and it's intercepted. Through into triple coverage. And number 20, Jacob Rowell, a senior on the team, pulls it in for the INT.
Well, again, trying to make something. That was good fake in there. Cleaver, nice job ducking the head down. Those are the little coaching points that you tell your quarterback to do. And Coach right now is saying, you know what, that was just as good as a punt right now.
And then you see how his teammates are all happy.
Yep.
I mean, they're getting playing time in the district championship game, and he gets an INT. So now let's talk some state playoffs because we have to kill 8 minutes. I think who do we think could get and make a nice little run
right now
from our area, like into the state playoffs?
I think North Pocono has a very well balanced team. What they're doing offensively, with their pass game, their run game. Their defense is pretty stout, too. They have some good-sized kids. I mean, I remember their left tackle was 305, I believe. So he's a big presence out there that has contributed. So right now, and then obviously we're watching a Cavalier team right now playing with this sense of urgency and dominating all phases of the game, getting things done, playing with the chip on their shoulder. So, but they've got these tough teams coming up. There's not going to be any more easy games coming up for anybody.
But this team, talk about the Cavaliers, they're playoff strong. They've been in the playoffs last year, as they said. They lost to Northwestern Lehigh here.
Yes.
I mean, and then, of course, they went on to win the state title. And they may meet them again. That could be their nemesis. They have not done well against the last few years. And that's what happens. Well, there's 2 teams on this side of the state on AAA. They're very, very good, and they're going to play, whether it's in the quarterfinal or semifinal.
Well, year in, year out, that's what happens. And Bob, you said earlier and throughout the broadcast that Coach Gallagher and the Cavaliers, they play a tough schedule. They play these out-of-state teams that are nationally ranked. Why? Not so much for the beginning of the year or what their overall record is, but for this right here. They're building for the playoffs.
Swingle downfield. Goes incomplete.
Pass intended for number 16.
Ricky Dewey down there.
Broken up by
junior.
Nice job. I mean, he's got time. Good pass protection. Nice touch on the ball.
This is actually Owen Jeffers, the third quarterback, let's call it.
And I'm talking to Coach Pasqualiccio a few weeks ago. He was very excited about the future at quarterback position. Normally, most schools have one really good quarterback, and then you have a young kid coming up that, you know, in a few years will be ready. Scranton Prep has 3 kids coming up that are going to be fighting for the job, which only makes that competition incredibly great for this team.
Jeffers also the punter. Nice high kick. Well, you mentioned North Pocono. They're going to play the top team from District 1 on the road next week. Shamokin's going to play the District 6 team again, which same as last year, but this time on the road.
Well, I didn't see the playoff brackets. I used to coach District 1. I believe it's going to be, I think, Downingtown West, maybe one of the top seeds. So North Penn was always up there, too. Coach Beck's been down there, I think, 25 years now. So now, when you can play, I know just from speaking from experience, those teams down there for District 1, they're huge. Not just the physical size, but they will have 60, 70 kids on the sideline.
Lakeland is going to hit the road in 2A, 1-1 or 12-1. That's 2A. And the winner will play the District 11 champion on the 21st and 22nd. That will be the state quarterfinals. So state playoffs next week start. For some teams, they're in district playoffs. Wilkerson's still in there. The senior. His last football game as a Bulldog, and he picks up a Moravia Health first down inside Cavalier territory. I think Lackawanna Trail has a very good shot in single A. Depending on who they play, Line Mountain, Montgomery tallying it out. I would have thought Line Mountain, but give Montgomery a ton of credit for playing them very tough.
Yes, and I totally forgot about Coach Jervis and Trail right there when you were asking me earlier. He has done such a great job there at Lackawanna Trail. That wing tee, they got it humming. And this year, they have an actual pass game, believe it or not. They have the best running back, Isaac Ryan in there. But you know what happens when he gets the ball, kind of like what we're seeing here. If they can zero in on him and stop him, they still have a pass threat.
There you see Wilkerson again. Grayson Simpson there grabbing his jersey. Finally gets some help behind him from Jack Mendola, number 9. And now Coach Curry going to empty the bench, and that should do it for Tymir Wilkerson,
who's had a storied career for the Bulldogs. I mean,
a storied season, right?
To break the records,
yeah.
I mean, that's just crazy. I mean,
single season record and a single season touchdown record.
I mean, he's got that. He has 40 touchdowns this season. He's probably close to 2,800 yards after tonight. So, I mean, he's done some really amazing things here for the Bulldogs to get them going, get this program jump-started in the right direction.
Some of his senior linemen now coming up. He's congratulating them.
The 28-yard line.
So we have some backups now in for both teams here in this district championship. One that Scranton Prep came out and just dominated in the first quarter. Put the Bulldogs away. Made sure that they enforced what they wanted to do on them, and they did, especially on that opening drive.
That was like they just punched them like a haymaker.
Yep. Yep.
And how are you going to respond? And they didn't. They were stunned and they just couldn't recover. But Coach Curry and his staff have done a great job this year. There's nothing to be ashamed of. To go 11-1 in football is an incredible accomplishment, and good job for the Bulldogs. And the young kids just have to use this as their motivation in the off season.
Yeah, again, bunch of freshmen coming up. They'll be sophomores next year. Get them in the weight room. You have Cleaver has an experience at quarterback. Right, coming back.
And they're going to expand the passing game with them. One thing that Coach Curry started years ago was a passing camp right here at Crispin Field. So
some of the top passes in the country would come to that. It's high school players and coaches, right?
Yeah, and the last time I was down here, Coach Terwilliger, who's the head coach at East Stroudsburg, he was running the camp, did a great job, got the kids motivated. And there's so much for these kids to learn, especially when you come here to Crispin Field.
Hey, congratulations also. We didn't talk about it. I just noticed it. Wilkes-Barre is beating Williamsport 42-7.
All right, Coach Cinti, congrats.
So they're going to head to the state playoffs. They lost to Williamsport last year at this time. That's considered a sub-regional.
Yes.
So they are the 6A champs. By fault, Williamsport is the District 4 6A champs. By fault, there's no other 6A teams in that district. But Wilkes-Barre's going to move on to the state playoffs. Congratulations to them.
Coach Cinti and his staff, Coach Michaels, they're going to love it, enjoy it tonight, and they'll be back to work tomorrow morning.
Yeah, absolutely. So they're going to head to the state playoffs as well, and that will do it. So the Scranton Prep Cavaliers are the 5-time District 2 AAA champions. They beat Berwick tonight handily, 42-7.
At the end of the fourth quarter, Scranton Prep Cavaliers, 42.
Vince is going to go down and get some post-game reaction. And it's pretty simple. Player of the game, number 12.
Right there, right in front of him.
Has to be Will McPartland and his brother Braden. They found a connection, and they've completed on a couple. And, of course, you have that long pass to end the first half to Mackie Lynett all alone.
And he's right there with his quarterback right now, too.
So we'll get down to Vince quickly because I know they want to hand the trophy over to the seniors and get this thing rolling.
Please be safe on your way home. We thank you all for coming. We will see you next year for Bulldog football.
Yeah, they got him.
So I'm sure there's happy faces, a lot of good reaction down there on Vince. Three players who made three great plays this year and a couple of McPartlands. Vince, let's go down to you.
Yeah, I got the McPartland brothers and Mackie Lynett. Will, I got to start with you. Biggest game of the season. You go out for 6 touchdowns. Game's on the line. What was going through your head tonight?
I just knew it was win or go home. I didn't want this to be my last game, so I left it all out there. I trusted my teammates. I threw it up to him. I let him run the ball, and with our line, and they got on blocks, and it's hard to stop that when they get on their blocks. They're great.
Mackie, quite honestly, the most impressive play of the night. Second quarter's ending. He heaves it up, and you make an impressive play. What was going through your head during that Hail Mary play?
It was just great blocking, and Will just avoiding all those tackles and then just throwing it up, and I just thought, I got to get this for Will. And the team and then we came in the locker room, everything was crazy, it was just huge for the team.
You got to get another district title with your brother. How are you feeling right now?
Great. This could have been my last game with my brother and all my friends, so, we just went out and had fun.
Guys, this is your 5th straight district title. The program's 9th in the last 11 years. You guys are going to state together. What does it say about the Scranton Prep program?
Yeah, you got it. I think it says a lot about the coaches. They put in so much work, so much time. We go to practice, they have a plan, and then a lot of credit to the older guys, the seniors for leaders, guys like these two. But then also the younger guys, they show up every day and they put in work too. So it starts with the coaches, and that just kind of leads with everyone and goes through the whole program.
All right, guys, go celebrate with the team. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Well, congratulations to the Cavaliers holding up the trophy presentation, but they're going to Get that in now. Scranton Prep, 5-time District 2 AAA champions. And, Coach, what a season it's been. Let's thank Vince Goldschmidt for coming in this year.
Great job, Vince.
Marywood University has a bright future ahead of them.
These young bucks, right?
These young bucks. We thank him for coming in and doing an awesome job on the sidelines.
And again, I got to thank a lot of our fans out there that tune in every week. I have Nancy Podlesny from Hazleton that watches, Mr. O'Malley in Tunkhannock, Mike Craig, former player down at Truman, that, you know, he actually lives up here in Berwick. His kids went to Berwick. And you see what football's all about right now, winning a district championship. Enjoy tonight, but they know they're going to have to get back to work, and it's just going to get harder and harder each week.
Yeah, but they've been there before.
Yes,
they know what's coming their way. They'll head to Mifflinburg next week to take on them next week. Mifflinburg, Mifflinburg. I was trying to think where the game was. Head down here to District 4. They'll be on the road for most of the playoffs. So a final shout out has to go to our crew.
Oh, they do a great job week in, week out. Replays, the camera angles, the producing by everybody in the truck. I mean, thank you guys. You make us look and sound great.
I couldn't name everybody, but please watch the credits. They do a fantastic job from Steve, our producer, and Tyler. The two Tylers are in the truck doing a great job, and John on audio, and I think JJ tonight on replay. So great job by our crew all season long. 13 games in the books. We'll wrap it up for the final time in 2025. Jan?
Bob.
It's been
8 years, baby.
8 years. Well, we're married now in the eyes of the court.
Not that there's anything wrong with that, but.
And, Coach, great job. Appreciate everything and the hard work that you put in all season long, and talking to the coaches and watching film and diagnosing and bringing it to our viewers. And to our viewers, we appreciate you watching. We've not had some of the best games, but it's not easy, especially in this day of high school football, to find the best matchup every week. You're going to have some disparity, but you know what? All the kids, it doesn't matter if you have a losing record or you go 11-0 or 12-1 or whatever it is. They're all putting in the hard work, Coach.
They are.
And getting ready for the season, and they come out and play really hard.
And I'm speaking from experience. When you guys came back out in 2016 to Tunkhannock, the level that my kids played that game, it was because they knew they were on television. I mean, week in and week out, we get a chance to do this. Bob, you put the schedule together like late July, August. So it's, I don't want to say a crapshoot, but it's like tough to say. We kind of have an idea who's going to be the good teams, but there's always those dark horses that all of a sudden emerge out of nowhere that are doing great, and they weren't on our radar.
Absolutely. Berwick's going to leave the season 11-1. Prep's moving on, and good luck to all of our teams in the 5-7 area code. They're moving on to states, and maybe we'll see you at Cumberland Valley in early December. Congratulations one more time to the Cavaliers of Scranton Prep. They win the District 2 AAA title for the 5th straight time. A big win, 42-7 over Berwick. For Vince, Jan, and the entire Fox 56 sports crew, this is Bob Ide saying so long for the final time in 2025. Glad you could join us, and have a happy new year.